we find here in chapter 10, Job continues his plea to God. Like as G.D said, it has come to a breaking point. My soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. Even in this situation, Job, at this point in time, Job is saying that it is he himself is the problem. It is not God. He is the problem. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say unto God. Now, if you will look at Romans chapter 7, let's go to Romans chapter 7. And we'll read from verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that do I. If then I do that which is I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good, I find not. For the good that I will do, I do not. For the good that I would, I do not. For the evil which I would not, that I do. Now if I do that, I will not. It is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I find then a law that when I will do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man, that is my soul. But I see another law in my member, that is my body, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into the captivity of the law of sin which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then, with the mind I myself serve the law of God, but with this flesh the law of sin. This is what is happening to you. My soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. Then it goes on, verse 7, Thou knowest that I am not wicked, and there is none that can deliver out of that. In my innermost, I am a sinner, but in my inmost heart, I am not a hater of God. I'm not wicked. I'm not a wicked man. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say unto God, do not condemn me. Show me wherefore thou condemnest me. He said, don't throw me away. He is pleading, he is praying. God, do not throw me out. Rather, show me the areas I've done wrong so I can plead for forgiveness. Deep inside me, I don't hate you. I'm not wicked towards you. It is sin that is in me. It is sin. Inside me, I love you. In my soul, I love you. You know it. But it is this sin in my flesh that is causing me to offend. Is it good unto thee that I should have oppressed, that I should have despised the work of thy hands? and shine upon the counsel of the wicked. It is now that which he does not want to say that he's saying. I don't want to, but here am I doing that which I don't want to do. He said, God, hast thou the eyes of flesh, or seest thou as man seeth? We are not man. Man will see only that which is present now. He does not see the next day's event. You see everything, past, present, and future all at once. You don't see as man sees. Are the days of man, are the years of man. Neither are you. You are the ancient of days. You know everything. Everything is instantly present with you. We sleep, you don't sleep. At any given time, you see all this. Verse 6, that thou inquirest after my iniquity and searchest after my sin. You don't have to, because you see everything at the same time. You know everything. So it goes in verse 7. You know, Lord, inside in the inner man, I am not wicked. I don't hate you. I love you. This is not hidden from you. It could be hidden from man that is limited. Then he goes to tell God that he made us. And here he describes the creation of man. Verse 8, thine hands have made me and fashioned me together round about. You made me. Why would you destroy that which you made? Remember, I beseech thee, that thou hast made me as with clay, and will thou bring me into dust again. He said, you molded me. You molded me like clay made into pot. Will you crack me? Hast thou not poured me out as milk, and corded me like cheese? He's describing the formation of humanity in womb. It is the coming together of a man and a woman. And, it is the semen that eventually is molded like cheese into a child in the womb. Then verse 11, thou hast clothed me with skin and flesh, and hast fed me with bones and sinews. It says when the child is born, the body is clothed with flesh. The clay is clothed with flesh. That is, the bone and the sinews are clothed with flesh. He's describing the human anatomy. Job is describing the formation of the child, the human anatomy, what happens in the womb. That's what he's describing here. The bone and the sinews forming the skeleton. The skeleton is covered with flesh and skin. Thou hast granted me life and favor, and thy visitation has revived my spirit. In other words, after you have created man, you breathed into him this breath of life, and he became a living soul. And you know this, that's how you make. So, if I sin, then thou makest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from my iniquity. Even as a sinner, I am still your child. I am still your creation. If I be wicked, woe unto me. I am sinning, but it's not that I'm wicked. I am not wicked. Lord, I am confused at this time. So have mercy on me. You find that he tries, even in the bitterness of his speaking, time and time again, he refers to God as the one that will deliver him. He did not go to inquire from Satan. He did not go to inquire from ministers of Satan. He did not go and look for solution anywhere else. In this trouble, Job is all the time conferring with God. As a big lesson of today. The tendency is for us to go and find out from sources other than God. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to my home, my family? They want to go and inquire. You never see God do this, Job do this anytime throughout all he said. He's again referring again and again to God. We have to say, thou seest my affliction. You see it all. He's not going outside of God. If he's complaining, it is to God he's complaining. He said, my problems are increasing. Now he said, God, you are pushing me like a lion pushing a prey. And that verse 16 is very interesting. For it increased, thou huntest me as a fat lion. You are pursuing me like a lion pursuing a hare or a prey. And then in the next verse it says, and again, thou showest thyself marvelous upon me. You can see a man, one moment is in severe pain and literally accusing God. The next moment, he turns to appreciate God. He said, you should have a marvelous one. It's not easy to where he was, He will come out trying to express his pain, but next moment he sees that. You are just wonderful. Thou renewest thy witness against me, and increased an indignation upon me. Changes and war are against me. Again, he hits at God. Therefore then, verse 18, as thou brought me forth out of the womb, oh, that I had given up the ghost, and no, I have seen me. I wish I had died in infancy. I wish I had died in infancy. I should have been as though I had not been. I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. When I would not have felt it, I would have just died and that, and I would have been buried, and not my days. Seize them, let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Release me, O God. He is still referring to God. Hold your hand, O God. Hold your judgment of me. Let me have a little breathing space before I go whence I shall not return. Let me have a little breathing space before I die, but I will not come back again. A land of darkness and shadow of death, without any other, and where the light is of darkness, in the grave. But then we're not going to be lost. We are going to go not into hell. We are going to go into hell. I want us to appreciate where Job is at this. He said, am I glorifying you with this kind of situations I am in? Let me die, let it be all over. But you see, Job is not quite right here. We can glorify God even in our affliction. That's why we have the martyrs, those who died, that killed because of persecution. Even in death, they are glorifying God. In life or in death, Christ is glorified in them. We should learn from the mistakes of others or from the success of others. In this particular place, Job is praying that he should die so that he will go and rest. He cannot, up to this point again, from this time on, glorify God. But he has been good from the beginning of this trial, when all his children and all his things were destroyed. He still stood. He glorified God, brought honor to God. And when the pains have come to his body, the pains, it did not begin to speak this way in the beginning, but rather the whole thing was increased, the affliction in his body. The lesson we have to learn from there is that we should continue in life or in death, no matter how intense the situation is, to glorify God. If need be, to die, glorifying God. We take Stephen, for example. People could not understand why. A man that was being stoned would rather plead for his enemy, lay not this to their charge. But at the same time, he saw Jesus Christ standing on the throne for him, beckoning him to come. Times it did not plead to be released. On the other hand, John the Baptist asked to be released when he was put in prison and was to be executed. The reaction was different, but we should learn. In fact, John the Baptist at a point even doubted the Jesus that he declared to the whole world. Times like this come, and yet, of John the Baptist it is said, of all people that are born of human being, none was as great as John the Baptist. Times like that come, when I will use the word, you miss your word because of the severity of pain and trial and difficulty. But there are also others who, even in that kind of situation, have stood firm and not chided God in words. May the Lord give us that grace. The worst of situation that we may be, or trial that may come to us, we shall continuously glorify God in Jesus' name.